Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the Phoenix Raceway here in Avondale, Arizona. We are here to qualify for the 5th race of the season in the 2025 Wawa Cup Series. And it's been a year since we've done a race on this racetrack. We only come here once a year, one race a year on the channel, and it's this one right here, though the Light Series West will actually be coming here for their finale in October. But we're here for the Wawa Cup Series Castrol 500K action tomorrow at noon Eastern, at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Excuse me, not noon, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, since we're a little bit further west than normal. And of course, this here, uncharted qualifying from the Phoenix Raceway. And the top 5 drivers lock their spots into the show. And then the highest hot seat driver, of course, if the highest hot seat driver is already in the top 5, then the 6th place driver, regardless if they are hot seat or not, will advance on. And so far, every race this season has been done like that, where a hot seat driver has found themselves in the top 5. So we'll see if we do end up getting to that point where we end up with one of those hot seat drivers having to go on the hot seat provisional. Well, right now, it's not going to be Matt Black in the 91st attempt at a Wawa Cup Series race. Well, I'm wrong with that. Matt Black made some starts last year in the hot seat when we did it through the Sprint Series, so never mind. He's made a couple of Wawa Cup Series starts, driving the car that essentially won this race last year when Alexander Rowe took the Appalachian Motorsports car to victory lane. It's a shame that Alexander Rowe is not attempting this race. Stewart and Caleb both had an opportunity to do that, and they decided to go with other drivers, which is all right. All right. 42 machine, that'll be Chris Reynolds, his second attempt. Of course, he made his first start at Auto Club Speedway. And you got yourself the 14. Skep Silver also was in that Auto Club race, and he raced his way in qualifying that day. And then the last hot seat driver, Corey Case, winner of the Sprint Series from COTA last week. Definitely great to have him attempt his first race of the season, driving the number 91 for Evans Ross Racing. Right now, it's no surprise to see the Grattan car run fast. That is Skep Silver looking to make his second start of the season. He's already done with his laps. 26.535 for Skep Silver in the 14. 92 machine next in line. That is Haley Anderson Jr. She's trying to make her first start of the season here in the Wawa Cup Series, and she's got a good shot at doing so with that time. Matt Black is 3rd. Dylan Matthews, she's looking to get her first start of the season. She is 4th, and then you got Chris Reynolds in 5th. And as a matter of fact, you got all 4 of the hot seat drivers inside the top 6 right now, though that is constantly changing. Eric Monaco looking to make his 3rd start of the season. Daytona 500 champion right there. Chris Reynolds and Skep Silver, the top 2 fastest drivers now, with Chris Reynolds going 500 even on his lap time right there. Very good time there for the Racing Motorsports driver looking to make his second start of the season. When he was in that race at Auto Club, he got a top 10. Of course, that was in due part to the race just being a little goofy there at the end. Carson Miller in the 50 machine. That's also theoretically the car that won this race last year. Both set up pretty similarly. You got 6. You got the 4 hot seat drivers all in the top 6 right now. Those hot seat guys are really, really quick. This is a racetrack, too, where you want to have good tires early on. It's not going to be as severe in terms of that as it was at COTA. So you got a couple laps to get a good time in. Hence, that's what Eric Monaco did. And right now, the 90 of Matt Black is on the outside looking in. The top 3 fastest times are all held by hot seat drivers and teams. And not much of a surprise right there. Skep Silver in the 14 going back out there. The 11 Darian Arnsdorf trying to make it into another show. Zayden Davidson as well made the first 3 races of the season. He is now inside the top 6. Great run for Zayden Davidson, looking to rebound from missing last week at COTA. I think of all of the full-time uncharted drivers, this driver has the best opportunity. Darian Arnsdorf just moved his way in and knocked out Eric Monaco. So Monaco on the outside looking in now. 91 is quick. Corey Case. Definitely a very good driver, regardless of the fact if it's a rating series or not. He had a very good run in the Sprint Series last year, won the Dash for Cash last year over in the Sprint Series, and of course, as we mentioned, got the race victory at COTA last week. In the Sprint Series, I should say. driving the 91 there for Evans Ross Racing. Looks like Echo's going to have her car in the show. Darian Arnsdorf, Carson Miller, Zade Davison, and those are pretty much, I would argue, the three best of the uncharted drivers that we have had so far this season. The shame for drivers like Haley Anderson Jr. had a shot. Dylan Matthews as well, still trying to get their first starts of the season. Same with Johnson Jamison in the 27. I believe they are the only three of our uncharted drivers full-time who have yet to make a race this season, and unfortunately that streak will continue here today at Phoenix Raceway. So Chris Reynolds will be the fastest here in the uncharted session. And you'll take a look there at the official results for the uncharted session. Chris Reynolds, Skep Silver, Corey Case, Darian Arnsdorf, Carson Miller, and Zayden Davison race their way into the Castrol 500K here at Phoenix. Eric Monaco, Haley Anderson Jr., Matt Black, Aaron Lukes, J.R. Rippleton, Johnson Jamison, Dylan Matthews, and Jared Martin all failed to qualify for this fifth race of the season. Let's go ahead and get to Group A here from the Phoenix Raceway. And here we go for Group A from the Phoenix Raceway. Hey, there's your last winner. Drew Webb got the win at Circuit of the Americas. What a race victory for that team at Grattan Autosport. 1-2 finish with their full-time drivers, maximizing their points in the owner's title. Very impressive job, though. That's kind of what we come to expect there with those guys at Grattan Autosport. This driver also had a good finish in that race. Leonard Kochmark was started on the pole. Managed to finish top 5 there in the Racing Motorsports 41. I think as the season goes along, these guys are going to find more speed. It was not a good start to the season for Kochmer. Of course, his teammate there, Chris Reynolds, raced it in the 42 machine. This is going to be Chris Reynolds' second race of the season. It's also going to be Skep Silver's second race of the season, both as hot seat drivers. So congratulations to them on their solid runs. Here's Philip Torres in the 52 machine. There's your points leader, Travis Crampton, in the number 98. And I guess he's probably happy that Eric Monaco missed this race after what happened last week at Circuit of the Americas when he got taken out. The good thing for Crampton is he did manage to get a top 5 finish and came out of that race with a decent amount of points to maintain his points lead. He's got 10 points on defending champion Ludovic Charette, and then 29 down to third with Logan Williams, third in the championship standings. He's in this session. This is absolutely the start of the season that Logan Williams was hoping for, right where he wants it to be, because this is another driver, much like Travis Crampton, who blooms late in the season. And if you get a good start to the season, we expect Logan and Travis to have good ends to their season. I think they are definitely on a good path to make it into the chase this season, the way things are looking at the moment. I mean, Travis has a 51-point lead on the cutoff already. Granted, there are still 18 races left to go until said cutoff, but yeah, Travis is in a good spot right now with NS Racing. How about our fastest driver so far, Philip Torres in the 52. That'll quickly be overtaken by our points leader there of Travis Crampton, Duncan Ward there, Nicholas Samadio to the top of the board in the 59 machine. Good run there for Nicholas. His one win in the Wawa Cup Series coming at North Wilkesboro. Bit of a faster racetrack than that, but still a legal short track in terms of the chassis type, and Nicholas Samadio does seem to find some strength on these short tracks, more so than some of the other drivers, even though he only has the one win in the Wawa Cup Series officially. I know he'd love to get number 2 tomorrow, and he's got a good opportunity at that. But Braden Perez won the pole 2 weeks ago at Atlanta. Here he is in the second position. Now you got Duncan Ward there, Logan Williams, Travis Crampton in the top 5. Still a good run for Crampton there. These guys will start inside lane if they don't advance on to the fast 6, so that's going to be a good starting position regardless if you can hold on to it here as the session rolls along. Nicholas is still the fastest driver out there, and Drew Webb has gone to the second spot. And Logan Williams, how about that? 1-2 for Appalachian Motorsports. Hey, Appalachian won this race last year with Alexander Rowe in their hot seat ride, so no surprise to see Caleb's team have a strong run here in this qualifying session. You got Samadio, Logan Williams, and Drew Webb. Currently the top 3 looking to make it onto the Fast 6. Of course, we're back to the regular qualifying format. Top 3 advance on in the group, and we have the 6 drivers in the Fast 6 go out for single car runs for the pole. It was a great win for Drew Webb and that team, and that team won that race, no doubt about it. Of course, they gave him a fast car in qualifying, had a great starting position. And our 2023 champion going to get knocked off there out of the top 3 by Alex Sanvitali. Good run for Sanvitali in the 61 machine. Andrews Racing. Sanvitali 11th in the point standings. Did not have a good run at COTA, but first 3 races of the season were very good for Sanvitali going into this one. Still 1-2 for Appalachia, though, with Nicholas Samedeo and Logan Williams with the fastest time. This is absolutely the kind of race I can see Logan Williams winning. Sanvitali just went to the top of the board in the 61 machine. And now Nicholas Samedeo is the one on the bubble for the Fast 6. How about that? Great run there for Sanvitali late in the going. Well, Nathan keeps on talking about Sanvitali being a driver who knows his ratings, and I think that might be true. Early on in the season, it's definitely been a good run for him so far. Bryce Egan now up to 4th. I think he was 4th when we were at Atlanta, too, in his group, and he got a good starting position there. This is another driver who has had good runs. Only one top 10 on the season, though. Has not really been able to finish it off yet, but he has been running very strong there with Trackhouse Racing so far this season. And Bryce Egan 22nd in the point standings. Now keep in mind, of course, it is alternate points based on the full-time drivers and not the whole field. So even though Bryce Egan is in an even position in the point standings, in terms of all those drivers that are full-time, he is in an odd-numbered position. Troxel is in this session instead of Laura Chung, however, because Troxel holds the tiebreaker on Chung with the race victory that he got at the Auto Club Speedway, so he is technically 7th in the standings. How about the hot seat driver? Chris Reynolds in the 5th position. That'd be a 9th place start. And that has pushed our points leader of Travis Crampton all the way down to 13th. Not necessarily where you want to be starting in a race like this. And that is where he'll be starting. It is Sanvitali, Logan Williams, Nicholas Samedeo making it on to the Fast 6. Bryce Egan will start 7th. Chris Reynolds will start 9th. Thomas Troxel will start in the 11th position. He holds the tiebreaker on Carson Miller. Drew Webb will start in the 15th position. Braden Perez will start 17th. Duncan Ward will start 19th. Roberto Crown Jr. will start 21st. Avery Alford will start 23rd. Travis Crampton's going to start 25th tomorrow. Not where you want to be as the points leader, though he will be on the inside lane. Philip Torres will start 27th. Bernardi Oliveira will start 29th. Corey Case will start 31st. Zachary Fitzwater will start 33rd. Leonard Kochmer will start 35th. Daniel Paulus Jr. did not get a good run here. And actually, I just want to check there. Fitzwater and Kochmer. Kochmer is actually going to start 33rd, and Fitzwater will start 35th. Another tie there, but Kochmer actually holds the advantage on Fitzwater in that regard. Paulus will start in the 39th position. Jesse Turner. Paulus will start 37th. Turner's going to start 39th. Christian Masters is going to start 41st for tomorrow's Castrol 500K. Let's go on to Group B. See who joins Sanvitali, Williams, and Samedeo for the Fast 6. And here we go for Group B. Already saw Sanvitali, Williams, and Samedeo advance on to the Fast 6. See who joins them here in Group B. There's your Atlanta winner, Isaac Nichols. Currently sits 10th in the point standings, just inside the chase as of right now, and it won't be too long. And once we get the 10 races to go until the chase cutoff, that's when we show you guys the chase rundown before each race. Really won't be that long before you get to that point. 12 races into the season before we really start talking about that, but it's a strict points championship. You got to get in that top 10 in points, and if you don't, you still have to be very consistent because it's the top 2 guys in points with wins, not the most wins. Of course, we've done that every season of the Wawa Cup Series up to this point. And as a matter of fact, I think when we did it in the NOF Searle Cup Series back in the day, that is how we did it then as well, if I'm not mistaken. Kirsten Bell, of all the full-timers this season, she has the best average starting position, a 5.5 in the first 4 races of the season. She's out there in the 93 machine. Her teammate Jack Haas also in this session as well. Blaine Keys is here in Group B. And Blaine's really not had the best of starts to a season. However, I say that, he's 12th in points. did get a really good run at Circuit of the Americas last week. Finished top 10, and I think it's starting to click on. This is absolutely the kind of race that Blaine Keys could win. We'll see. Could be. You know what? I'm going to make a prediction right now. The race is going to be between Blaine Keys and Logan Williams tomorrow. That is my official prediction as of this moment with no prior knowledge of what's going to happen tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see if I'm right about that. But it's only a matter of time before Blaine Keys wins. Of course, next week we're at Las Vegas. He almost won that race last year before he had a tire go down, or whatever happened to him in that race that took him out of contention. Blaine Keys there, just what I said. Look at what I said right there. I just knew he was going to make it into that Fast 6. He got Jack Haas and Tanner Parton joining him at the moment. Great runs for both of those drivers. There's Ludovic Charette, by the way, who is second in the point standings, was runner-up last week. She's also a driver to watch out for in this race, and henceforth she finds herself in the top 3. So it's Jack Haas, now Tanner Parton up to second. Great run for Tanner Parton. Isaac Nichols has gone up to the 3rd position, and Ludovic's all the way down in 6th, now behind the 32 and the 14 of Skep Silver. Again, a great run for Skep. Matthew Hubert got up into the top 3 for a moment. He has found himself back up there. His teammate Daniel Paulus Jr. did not have a good run in qualifying in Group A. LJ Sameta with a great run there in the 71 machine. He's now in the top 3. The 11 of Darian Arnsdorf. Of course, the Grattan car is looking very quick. The Jack Haas has held that time. He's held that fastest time this entire session. That's a good run for Jack, and he's got a good opportunity. If he can get this thing on the pole position tomorrow, it's going to be hard to beat the pole sitter in this race. Of course, it's not like COTA where it's pretty much impossible to make a pass on the track. We will see passes prevalent throughout the entire field. But starting up front is a big deal on a racetrack such as this one, and I think that will play in the Jack's favor tomorrow if he can get it up there. But Matthew Hubert, he's got a chip on his shoulder. It has been a abysmal start to his season. All the way down at 36th right now in the championship standings, and he's got a chip on his shoulder. He knows that he's way more capable of a good run than that. Ludovic is now 5th, Bruno Diakma there in 4th, LJ's now down to 6th. Andrew Miller there in 8th, and Blaine Keys is nowhere to be found. He's 12th right now, so I guess I was completely wrong about that, huh? It doesn't mean he still won't win the race, but that's going to be hard to win a race from 24th starting position on a track such as this one. So Matthew Hubert, Jack Haas, Tanner Parton again. I believe this is going to be Parton's 2nd Fast 6. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he was Fast 6 at Atlanta 2 weeks ago. Had a great run in that race. I actually believe he led the most laps at Atlanta, but that's his only top 10 of the season so far. However, it is a much better start to the season than what he is used to. He is 16th in the points. Last season, of course, he was last of all the full-time drivers. A little bit better for him this season. And, of course, his teammate of Travis Crimpton is the points leader. NS Racing as a whole is a much stronger organization, I feel like, than they have been in the past. And they've definitely shown some speed here early on. Matthew Hubert, though, looking to get the number 15 DHL Ford into the Fast 6 here at Phoenix. And Matthew Hubert still going for his first career win in the Wawa Cup Series. Had a great season last year with Rut Racing. Did not find the victory lane. He came close a couple of times, especially at Chicagoland. That was his opportunity at Chicagoland to really have an opportunity of winning a Wawa Cup Series race. Didn't quite come into fruition there. But I'd be remiss if he doesn't win a race this season. I think he's got a lot of potential being under the Grattan Racing Technologies umbrella this season. And though it has not been the best start to the season for him, this is definitely the race where I think a lot of these drivers had circled on their calendars. We got Daytona out of the way. We got COTA out of the way. We got Phoenix, Vegas, Homestead, Martinsville, Darlington. These are the standard tracks that you need to run well on if you want to have a good season, and we got a bunch of them coming up here. We got 3 intermediate tracks, high-speed intermediate tracks coming up in the next 5 weeks, and then, of course, this race is also a race that favors those that have speed in their race car. And Matthew Hubert has speed in his race car. So does Jack Haas and Tanner Parton. They're going to join Alex Sanventali, Nicholas Samedeo, and Logan Williams in the Fast 6. Bruno Diakma will start 8th. Ludovic Charette will start 10th. LJ Sameta will start 12th. Darian Arnsdorf will start 14th. Andrew Miller will start in the 16th position. Kirsten Bell will start 18th. Skep Silver will start 20th. Rogel Norm will start 22nd. Brad Stover will start 24th. Isaac Nichols will start 26th. Blaine Keys will start 28th. So I guess it won't be between Williams and Keys. I'm sorry. Sorry, Blaine. Jinxed him there. Hey, after he went on to win 5 poles in a row on the trucks last year, I thought he was going to really take to this qualifying well, but has not necessarily showed up early on. Justin Zeidel will start 30th. Brian Webb will start 32nd. Laura Chung will start 34th. Angel Gutierrez will start 36th. Aiden Davison will start 38th. Nathan Smith will start 40th. Trey Bartow will start in the 42nd position. Let's get on to it. The Fast 6 shootout here from the Phoenix Raceway. We'll start out with Tanner Parton in the number 97. And here we go for the Fast 6 shootout here from Phoenix. Great to have this back. Did it in a group session last week at COTA, but we'd still be doing it if we did single car runs at COTA last week. Tanner Parton in the 97. Of course, definitely broke through at Atlanta, even though he did not get the race victory. Definitely a coming out party for him in that one. A very great race for Tanner, and I think signs of what's to come for this team as the season rolls along. 16th in the championship standings coming into this one. And we'll see. He's going to have a great starting position regardless for tomorrow's race here from Phoenix. Let's see if it ends up being good enough for him to maybe win the pole. It's one of those racetracks where you absolutely have to hit your marks and keep the speed in the corner. That is really one of the biggest things because you're in the corner a little bit more than you are in the straightaway here. And that's a big part of getting a good lap here around the Phoenix Raceway. 26.845 for Tanner Parton. He sets the benchmark. Let's move on to our next driver. Nicholas Sambidio next in line here from Phoenix. Nicholas Sambidio, next driver in line here, Phoenix qualifying. He had a good start to the season and then just did not have a good run at COTA. Actually got spun around on the first lap of that race and just never recovered from it. And once you lose positions at that racetrack, there's just no getting it back. And that's almost the case here at Phoenix as well. I don't believe he's ever won a race at Phoenix before. Though I could be wrong about that. We've had many races at Phoenix on the old version before they reconfigured it back in the day. Can't quite remember if he's ever won a race here before, but still the all-time winningest driver on the channel. Blaine has not won since that Daytona race in the Pro Series. Well, I say that we had that race yesterday, but I have not recorded it yet, have I? So I'm not 100% sure about that. But he is still officially the all-time winningest driver on the channel, and he is going to be second. A little bit faster, or a little bit slower, I should say, than Tanner Parton there on that lap. So he'll be second quickest here as we move on to our next driver here in Phoenix qualifying. And here we go for Jack Haas in the 39. This is his first Fast 6 of the season. I say these things off the top of my head, and I may be wrong about that, but I haven't seen as much of Jack this season as we may have expected. His teammate Kirsten Bell has had a much better season up to this point. But like I said, this is that part of the season where we really start to get these drivers to come into their own, and the next few races are really going to show us who's good and who's not. And it all starts this weekend here at Phoenix. Jack Haas a little bit slower there through turns 1 and 2. I remember when that used to be turns 3 and 4. You know, they reconfigured this track 7 years ago. 6.5 years ago. But still, it was a long time ago when they moved that start-finish line. Jack Haas across the line. I don't think it's not going to be enough for Tanner Parton. He's going to split Parton and Sambidio. He is going to be second in line, 26.971. And Logan Williams, next driver in line in the 95 machine. His teammate is currently the slowest in this Fast 6 at 27.005. Logan was very quick, though, in his session. He set a fast time early on. And he's third in points coming into this race as well. Of all the drivers who made it into this Fast 6, he is highest in the championship standings coming into this race. He's got a good shot at really pulling away here and getting a good start to this regular season here in the Wawa Cup Series. And that drive off is also very important. Every aspect of a qualifying lap is very important. The thing is, you only get one of them here at the Phoenix Raceway. And Logan Williams going to come across the line right here. And he is going to set the benchmark. He's going to reset the benchmark, I should say. 26.836, that goes to the top of the board. Logan Williams has 2 more drivers left to go. And he is your pole sitter, but he still has to hope the next 2 guys aren't faster than him here. Let's get on to Matthew Hubert. And here we go for Matthew Hubert. Also his first Fast 6 of the season here for Team Velocitar. This team has not gotten off to the start they had hoped. Their companion team, Parker Davis Enterprises, has had a much better season to start off, and Groton Autosport, of course, has had a good season. They are currently leading in the honors title, actually, picking up right where they left off. Matthew Hubert, though, is a driver who we expect to have a good season here with this team at Team Velocitar. Of course, a Groton-affiliated team, the only Groton-affiliated team and driver in this Fast 6. And we'll see how well of a lap this is. He's got to beat a 26.836. Logan Williams got it by 9/1000ths of a second there on Tanner Parton. Matthew Hubert looking to best that himself. Going 110 is a minimum speed there. I have not been paying attention to that like I should be. But Matthew Hubert is not going to get it. That is the slowest time so far here in the Fast 6, and it's going to either be Logan Williams or Alex Inventali winning the pole here for the Castrol 500K. And our final driver here in the Fast 6, Alex Inventali in the 61 for Andrews Racing. So the fastest time in Group A. Logan Williams, of course, was also in that session. 26.836 is the time to beat for Sam Inventali here. We'll see if he's got enough speed in his race car to do it, but it's looking pretty good for Logan Williams. Tanner Parton looking to start alongside him in that one. We'll see what Sam Inventali can do here, though. Coming across the line right there. 11th in the championship standings coming into this race for Sam Inventali in his first full-time season of the Wawa Cup Series. He's very slow into the corner right there, and I do not think he's going to be able to rebound from this one. So, Logan Williams. And I said that thing that I said there with Logan Williams, that it was going to be a race between him and Blaine Keys. Well, it's going to be a race between Logan Williams and somebody, that's for sure. As Sam Inventali goes to the 5th position, Logan Williams has won the pole for the Castrol 500K here at Phoenix. And that will do it here from qualifying from the Phoenix Raceway. And we got ourselves Logan Williams and Tanner Parton on the front row for tomorrow's Castrol 500K. Jack Haas and Nicholas Samedeo in row 2. Alex Inventali, Matthew Hubert in row 3. Bryce Egan and Bruno Giacomo in row 4. Chris Reynolds and Ludovic Schret in row 5. Thomas Troxel and LJ Semedo in row 6. Carson Miller and Darian Arnsdorf in row 7. Drew Webb and Andrew Miller in row 8. Braden Perez and Kirsten Bell in row 9. Duncan Ward and Skep Silver in row 10. Roberto Crown Jr. and Roland Dorn in row 11. Avery Alford and Brad Stover in row 12. Travis Crampton and Isaac Nichols in row 13. Philip Torres and Blaine Keys in row 14. Bernardo de Oliveira and Justin Zeidel in row 15. Corey Case, Brian Webb in row 16. Leonard Kochmer and Laura Chung in row 17, Zachary Fitzwater and Angel Gutierrez in row 18, Daniel Paulus Jr., Zayden Davis in row 19, Jesse Turner, Nathan Smith in row 20, Christian Master, Trey Bartow in row 21. And we'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for the Castrol 500K here from the Phoenix Raceway. It's going to be a lot of fun for the 5th race of the season here in the Wawa Cup Series. And Logan Williams has an opportunity of getting his first win since Gateway last year. Keep in mind, Gateway is a very similar racetrack to this, so no surprise to see him have a good run here in qualifying, and he's got a good shot at the race victory as well. But we'll see how it all goes down. Looking forward to it. Tonight we got ourselves IndyCar from Willow Springs. That'll be up in a couple of hours, I do believe. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, right here from the Phoenix Raceway. I will see you guys later.